Beloved saints, today's 5-minute message of redemptive history is about Eleasar in the genealogy of the high priest from the 6th book in the redemptive history series, the eternal high priest of the covenantal oath. Eleasar was Aaron's and Elishaba's third son. His brothers were Nadab, Abihu, and Ithamar. After the Israelites left Egypt and arrived at Mount Sinai, Eleasar was anointed, consecrated, and ordained as priest, along with Aaron and his brothers, according to the law of God. However, when his brothers Nadab and Abihu offered up to God a different fire that God had not commanded, and thus were killed with no sons, Eleasar and Ithamar served as priests. Eleasar was ordained as high priest in Aaron's place 8 months prior to Israel's entry into Canaan, on the first day of the 5th month in 1407 BC, when Aaron the high priest died on Mount Hor. When Joshua succeeded Moses, God commanded Moses to lay his hand on Joshua, have him stand before Eleasar and all the congregation, and commission him in their sight. Moreover, Joshua stood before Eleasar so that Eleasar could inquire for him by the judgment of the Urim before the Lord. God commanded that Joshua and all the assembly of Israel must go out and come in at Eleasar's command. The Urim was a tool used to inquire about the will of God before making an important decision, and was worn on the high priest's garment in the breastpiece of judgment. This demonstrates that the authority of the priests had increased from what it had been during Moses' time. Thereafter, Eleasar, along with Joshua, led the second generation of the Israelites in the wilderness into Canaan, and helped distribute the inheritance of the land by tribes. Following Joshua's death at the age of 110 and his burial at Timnath-Serah, Eleasar also died and was buried in the hill country of Ephraim, which had been given to his son Phinehas. This is recorded in Joshua 24, verse 33. Beloved saints, Eleasar succeeded Aaron and became the second high priest in the genealogy of the high priests. He was also the ancestor to Zadok and Ezra. Who were Zadok and Ezra? Zadok was a high priest who served from the time of David's reign until the early years of Solomon's reign. He was able to faithfully carry out and fulfill his duties as a high priest to David and Solomon. Ezra was the teacher of the law and a priest who became a leader of the second return from the Babylonian exile. These two amazing people's ancestor was Eleasar. Why did Eleasar and his descendants receive such blessing? This is because God has helped. In Hebrew, the name Eleasar is a combination of the words El, meaning God, and Azar, meaning to help, to aid, and to support. Thus, Eleasar means God has helped. God helped Eleasar's life completely. He also helped his descendants to mature into men of great faith. I pray that we will receive God's complete help and our descendants will continue to receive God's blessing. Let us all become people of great faith in God's redemptive history. I bless in the name of the Lord.